Max Verstappen and Red Bull dominated in 2023. They were so dominant, in fact, that they only lost one race over the course of the 23-race calendar. It seems Red Bull could do no wrong last year. Even when the car setup was not quite to Verstappen's liking, he still managed to rack up the race victories. So it might surprise you to hear that he has called for a huge rule change that didn't really affect Red Bull, but did affect their closest rivals Ferrari and Mercedes. Now, if you cast your mind back to the Austin Grand Prix, it seemed that Mercedes and Ferrari were closing the gap to Red Bull. After all, it was the most pressure that Red Bull had really had to deal with all year. But just after the race, when fans thought the gap to Red Bull was closing up, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc were disqualified from the race due to excessive plank wear. Now, since we have crept into 2024, Verstappen had surprisingly come forward to advocate for the rule changes to prevent such incidents happening in 2024. Verstappen is urging a re-evaluation of the current regulations after both Hamilton and Leclerc's disqualification. The excessive wear on the plank was a result of various factors, largely stemming from the sprint weekend, but notably a potential issue on the uneven surface went unnoticed until after qualifying as well, when all the cars were already in parc fermé. In response to the unexpected situation, Hamilton and Leclerc opted to make setup adjustments during the race instead of starting from the pit lane. Verstappen contends that revisiting this rule is essential, particularly given the specific circumstances surrounding the disqualification. If you went even slightly the wrong way in FP1, you're stuck with the setup for the rest of the sprint weekend, and that really sucks. We've had some really good sprint weekends this year, but I wasn't completely satisfied. Take the ride height in Austin. Mercedes and Ferrari didn't set the cars up too low on purpose, but once you take the wrong turn in terms of the setup, there's no turning back. At most you can force something with the tyre pressures, but if those prescribed values are already very high, then you've been seen. Verstappen also went on to suggest that making adjustments to the race rules when a sprint weekend is on the cards, embracing the mooted idea of introducing two different parc fermés. One parc fermé for Saturday and one parc fermé for Sunday, for example. But when asked if he envisions single lap qualifying for the sprint race, he did not show support. That would be a little bit risky. I think the current format is very good. But I already don't like the current format either, with that mandatory medium soft tyre selection. We already don't know what's wise. One fast lap, or still a fast lap followed by a cool down lap and another fast lap. Even I can't keep track exactly of what the rules are anymore, which makes me feel lost. It's like a circus. Now I do have to say I'm surprised that Verstappen has prompted for a rule change that won't really change things much for Red Bull, as they seem to be able to do no wrong in their current run of form, and if anything, it just gives their rivals a chance to inch closer during the 2024 season. But what do you think? Do you agree with what Verstappen has proposed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But that's going to be the video from me today, guys. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's content, and until the next time, bye bye.